And it's been a sensational fortnight for you here in Melbourne so far. Do you have a favourite moment that you can pick out from the tournament so far?
I think I would probably say the match with Dimitrov was the most important match for me, just because of the way that the match was and how I felt like he played a good match, and both of us played at a very high level. And that was maybe a match that last year, in those circumstances, I might have lost, but I felt like that was the most important match for me so far. And then obviously winning the semi-finals in terms of would probably be my favourite moment so far. But I'd say the match with Dimitrov was a very important one for me.
This is your first Grand Slam final with Amelie Mauresmo in your corner. Does that mean your preparations have been a bit different to your other Grand Slam finals?
I think the whole preparation really coming into the Grand Slam was different, just because it's different coach, different person with just a different way of working really. So yeah, I mean, I approached the final in terms of the way I want to play fairly similar to how it would have been with other coaches, but just the build up to the event, the way that I practiced and trained and prepared would have been a little bit different, just because, you know, Amelie has a slightly different approach to Ivan, and Ivan Lendl would have had a slightly different approach to Danny or Miles McLagan, who I worked with before that. So it's been a bit different.
This is a fifth Grand Slam final you'll have contested against Novak Djokovic. You guys are just a week apart in age. You've known one another since you were 12. It's developing into one of the sort of biggest rivalries of your era.
Yeah, I think you know, over the last few years we played here. I think three times we played here, a couple of finals and one semi-final, and a couple of them were very close matches. Obviously the Wimbledon final, US Open final, we played at the Olympics as well. US Open last year, we played in a lot of big matches against each other, and I think because of we know each other well, we played against each other first time when we were 12 years old. So yeah, we've known each other a long time, played many matches against each other. We know each other's games extremely well, and yeah, often it's about who plays the best match on the day, who comes out on top, and hopefully I can do that tomorrow.
Obviously winning Wimbledon a couple of years ago and ending those much talked about 77 years of hurt was such a big moment. It almost feels like everything that's come after has been a sort of separate phase of your career. Does it feel a bit different, the first Grand Slam final since then?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I haven't really thought of it so much like that. I mean, last year for me was quite difficult and challenging. I definitely felt like the US Open immediately after Wimbledon, I went in there and felt very different. Not necessarily in a good way. I thought that maybe winning Wimbledon, maybe I would have felt more relaxed or a little bit different. I didn't feel that way going into the US Open, and in 2013 I felt quite stressed and not very comfortable on the court. I wasn't really enjoying it much, and I do feel now, I feel calmer, I feel happier, and yeah, I do feel a little bit different coming to this Grand Slam in general, because physically I've felt quite good, and worked on a lot of things in my game which improved my confidence a little bit, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
And just finally, your victory over Thomas Berdych a couple of nights ago was a very emotional one, and your comments on the court afterwards have been really positively received. Are you pleased at the response they've received and the effect you're having on the dialogue about female coaches?
Yeah, I think, I mean, for me, at the time when I decided to work with Amelie and spoke to her about working together, I knew it was different, but I didn't expect the sort of negativity that was going to surround it after maybe a couple of results that didn't go my way. It was like immediate, whereas when I started working with other coaches and things hadn't gone well straight away, it was completely different. and then just also things that people had said to me personally, and things that I'd heard people had been saying. It was I realised that there was a lot of people that really thought that it wasn't going to work and couldn't work, and we got asked loads of like ridiculous questions about how can you work with Emily? She can't get in the locker room, and I was like, what? Like what? Oh, and it's just like stuff like that. It's so ridiculous that almost every woman on the tour gets coached by a man, and I don't think that they ever get asked questions like that. And just things like that are completely, you have to change something slightly, but it's completely minor. And it was quite an eye-opening experience for me, and probably Emily as well, although she's probably been through a lot more than I have in my career. And it was just it was nice to win a match like that and be in a position to compete for a Grand Slam again with her. And I'll try my best again in the final to go one step further, but if not, it's been a great fortnight already.
Fantastic, thank you very much.
Thank you.